Okay, my friends, welcome back to the channel as always, pleased to see you. Right, full disclosure here, I'm a card-carrying Arkham Asylum grade lunatic. Let me explain. Now, the first books I'm going to show you just seem crazy to me, even to me. Now, before I show them to you, there's four things. I don't collect hardbacks. I haven't got room on the shelves for hardbacks, secondly. Number three, I don't read much contemporary fiction, science fiction. Number four, I hate long books because I'm a slow reader, comparatively slow. So, here we go. That is a first printing, I believe. One of these two is a second printing, I know. Yeah, that's the first printing of the first Dreaming Void book by Peter Hamilton. That's the size of it. And it runs to, let me see, 650 pages. So, that was number one. I'll stick it out of the way over there. Right, number two. Second book in the Void series. That's the second printing. And it runs to some, I'll actually find it, it runs to some 745 pages. Okay, that's that one. And number three, another Peter Hamilton, The Great North Road. That's the first printing. Size of that. That runs to 1,085 pages. Okay, number three. These all came from the same place, by the way, and they were all £3 each. Not in bad nick, any of them. And last but not least, our first printing. And that's a smaller book. That only runs to 360 pages. Okay. Right, now the question up my mind, in my mind and probably yours after what I said at the start, is why? Why did I buy them? And the only reason I can come up with is £3 each. I didn't want to leave them behind. So yeah, I think the least said about that, the better. Right, I'm just pulling forward the other books. Yeah, so that was the mad spend of the last fortnight. Now this is the more sane stuff. Now my good friend, before we start, my good friend Peter over at West Coast Book Addicts sent me a couple of books, as he does from time to time. Peter's got doesn't post that often, but he's got a couple of newish videos on his site, on his YouTube page. So if you want to nip over there to West Coast Book Addicts, I'm sure he'll be delighted to see you. So Peter sent me, he had an influx of Edmund Cooper books. I've got quite a few. But in that bunch I found a few that I didn't have. That's a reprint from 81, I believe, yeah. Oh no, well, it's a fourth printing from 1981. The Coronet books, the early ones, were more in that style, as you can see. That one's both on, that one's slightly different. And yeah, that's the other one he sent me. Let's see what's in the sky. Interesting colour. This one's a bit earlier. It's a second printing from 1974. So thank you for those, Peter. They swell out my Edmund Cooper collection even more than it is. Right, now last video I showed you the 6 Colanx books from around about 2013, 14, 15, I can't remember exactly, that make up the internal chronology of the Elric series. Now, I've actually read these recently, and I would recommend them to anybody who has these Colanx editions. They contain all of the works in as I say, in chronological order, and as far as I know, everything's there up until that date. He did write another one in 2022, which you need to complete the full set. But this is the kind of addendum, if you like, the 7th in that series. That was bought for me as a Father's Day present. Rather weighty tome, and it actually prints or reprints the novels Daughter of Dreams, Destiny's Brother, and Son of the Wolf. Now these are not specifically a part of the internal chronology. I think they're set afterwards or during, but they don't actually form a part of the storyline, if you like. But I got them just for the sake of completism. I know Elric doesn't appear in all of these stories, but he does make an appearance, I believe, in at least one. So, yeah, that, as I say, that completes my set of Colanx Elrics. Right. Excuse me. I move on now to the main event. You all know what I'm going to say, don't you? I bought a lot of door books. Now, those of you who regularly see my book hauls know this story well, but I'll just explain very briefly for those that might be new. I'm trying to collect all 580 of the Door Yellow Spine books that were published between 1972, I believe, and 1984. As I say, there's 580 of them. Quite a task, but an interesting project, I think you'll agree. And I discovered a few more over the last fortnight. I think I'm exhausting the normal channels of supply now, so... right, that one's Bunduki by J.T. Edson. Now this Edson, you might be more familiar if you read a lot. You might be more familiar with his westerns. You know, he wrote a lot of western novels. Strangely enough, a charity shop near me had a whole bunch of these, but I resisted the urge to buy them because I don't read westerns as such. But yeah, that's number 201. It has a nice Michael Whelan cover there. And then from the same source, this one's quite a scarce one, as all of these fantasy anthologies tend to be. That's number 364. It's got another nice Michael Whelan cover there. Not bad spine at all. Seen worse. And then we've got number 259. That's a nice cover. That's it's not instantly recognisable as Josh Kirby. That's who it is. 259. That's the perfect colour for the spine. But you don't often get them that yellow, sadly. But yeah, that's a particularly nice nice copy in near mint, I would say, apart from a little bit of browning. So yeah, that was a nice one to get. And then from the same source, Yoga, One Against the Wilderness. I've got the other, I think there's two books in this series. I've certainly got them both anyway, and that is, I think that's Gina de Keeley cover, is it? No, Richard Hescox. I'm not too much of a authority on these other authors apart from the ones that I like. Right, that's Vincent de Fate cover, I do know that one. This is number, late one, 528. In fact, it's the last of the annual World's Best F series that they did. I've found these hard to come by, all of that particular series. So I was delighted to pick that one up in. There's a couple of scuffs there, but I mean, to be honest, now that I'm, getting well into percentage completion, I am not so bothered about condition. I'm just interested in getting the books in. I mean, that's not to say I'll accept any old rubbish, but I'm not so fussy about having them in near mint or fine, whatever, So this is another scarce one, another fantasy anthology. You find a lot of these door books looks as if they've got a spine break, but actually it's the way they were printed. A lot of them come with this sort of wrinkle on the spine. So yeah, that one's not in bad nick. It's not in perfect, but certainly a good one to have. Number 469. It wasn't overly cheap, and that's Michael Whelan cover again. Right, now this one I was particularly pleased with because for some reason Clifford Simak books over here in Door are quite scarce. I think this is only second or third one I've got, and he did a few for Door. It's number 555, again a late one, with a nice Califrius cover there. That one's in absolutely perfect condition, apart from a little bit of yellowing. It might have been a printing error, but yeah, certainly a nice copy, that one. Pleased. And another author who's particularly hard to come by, Doris Pisercia, I think that's how you pronounce it. That's another Kelly Freese cover. Not instantly recognisable as Kelly Freese, that one, I have to say. But for all that, it's quite nice. That's 486. And again, spine. Nice. Now this is a tricky one to find as well. Try and get that label off at some point. Tanith Lee. Silver Metal Lover. Great cover. That's actually, again, it's not instantly recognisable. That's Don Mates, an author who I greatly admire. He did a lot of work for Door and, well, other publishers as well. So that's 476, and pleased to get that one because it is one of the more tricky ones to find, at least at a decent price. Right, there's good old Josh Kirby again, Ron Goulart. Ron Goulart did a lot of books for Door. A lot of the ones I've been getting, spine's been a bit dodgy, but colour-wise. But like I say, let's get them in and worry about replacing the really poor ones later on. That one's in particularly nice condition, actually. Fine, I would say. A couple of little things, but yeah. Josh Kirby. And yeah, Jack Vance is another author where some of his books are easy to find, but others not so much. Not sure who that is. Oh, that is Gino Tequila, I don't know, something like that. Again, it's something I'll have to try and work out, getting that sticker off. Excuse me one moment. Excuse me. Right. Arthur Landis, there were I think there were 3 of these Camelot books at least, anyway. Unfortunately, that is one that I don't normally accept, but that slipped through. It hasn't got the sequential number there. But I figured, okay, well, at least we've got a copy of the book and we'll replace it. So it's not a difficult one to find, so I'll just replace that if and when, but at least I've got a copy of it. And that cover is by somebody I've never heard of, Thomas Barber Jr. Not bad, though. Okay, we'll move on to the second pile if I can reach it. Yeah, there we go. Right, I don't think James Blish did too many Door books. That is one from the first 100, number 89. I'm trying to complete the first 100 as a matter of priority. I think I'm about 11 or 12 short now. Who did that one? I should know. Oh dear, naughty me. That's Josh Kirby. Again, not instantly recognisable, I wouldn't say. Very slim book. As I say, I think that might have been his only Door book. I might be wrong there. Right, here's a couple that are not in great condition, but at least we've got it. 505. I don't know what happened. I can understand fading. I don't know how books get this sort of like blackish effect. I mean, it's not a tight copy, but it's just a bit scruffy. There again, as you can see, the block's a bit scruffy there, but like I say, it's another one to add. And that's by Ken Kelly. Rosetta Imitator. Right, here's another Camelot. Again, it's a bit scruffy, but spines. Never understand how these spines get a little bit darkened. So I've had a few Ron Goularts where the spine's been horribly sort of like black almost, and I barely see the title of the book. 437, the later one. So it's a bit scruffy overall, but the heck with it. That's Richard Hascox. Okay, right. That's an earlier one, 156. Enchanted Planet. Pierre Barbet. Quite nice. Overall very clean and tight. And that's Michael Whelan. And this one, I've no idea who drew that, but 234. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's okay, Nick. It's not exactly fine, but like I say, I'm not worried at this stage. Get them all in and get nearer that target, if you like. That is a chap called Ray Faybush. No idea. Never heard of him. Not particularly exciting or inspiring, I have to say. Right, Gordon Dixon. I don't like these covers where it's all framed. You know, I mean, why do they need his name that big? And you get a little tiny artwork there. I mean, you know, Door are famed for their artwork, and I don't really understand that at all. It's number 303, as far as I know. It's a first printing, as it is. And it's by Greg Theakston, what you can see of it. Yeah, got me a bit puzzled. Right, here's Josh Kirby again. Instantly recognisable as Josh Kirby, that one. Oh dear, Across the Misty Sea. I think there are 4 in this series, or maybe only 3. I know I still need one of them. That's a tricky one to find, but that one's in fine condition. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. And as we know, it's Josh Kirby. Right, let's have another glug. His Lordship. Right. I thought I had all of Brian Stableford's books, but apparently not. Indoor, anyway. That's a nice cover. I like that one. Unusual. 428, one of the later ones he did. That one has maybe been read, but what the heck, it's still in nice shape and a nice colour. What a thick book for Door, actually. I think that's Van Dongen, the artist there. Let's have a little looky. Yeah, H.R. Van Dongen. One of these hit and miss cover artists, you know, like Jack Gorn. Some are good, some not so great. Right, now there's a couple of Jack Vances here that I've not come across very often on eBay or sellers. The Grey Prince. It's one of his later books. I mean, Vance did a lot of books for Door. And some of them are quite common and some are quite difficult, quite scarce. David Mattingly. That would be a bit faded. Problem with a lot of my Vance books, I don't know why, but a lot of the ones I get in seem to have a faded spine. As witness the next one, To Live Forever. I've not seen that one before, so it's a later number 511. I was pleased to get it. And again, it's David Mattingly. I was pleased to find these two because Michael Coney's books are a bugger to find. Any sort of price. I mean, you don't see them at all very often, but for what I paid for these, I can't quite remember. They were quite cheap, and that's another one of the first 100. So, yeah, delighted with that one. Not sure who the artist is. These earlier ones, they had a white block, a bit foxy on the top there, but who cares? Somebody called John Holmes, whoever he might be, but perfectly lovely. And last but not least, another Coney in the first 100, Kelly Friss. Very nice. Mirror image number 31. So yeah, I'm knocking off, that's a nice book. I'm knocking off this first 100 as well as trying to complete the 580. So with that little lot, I'm just shy of being 80% complete now. The only problem is the last 10% I would say are going to be very tricky because a lot of the books are expensive and scarce. So when I said last time that I'm aiming to reach 90% by the end of the year, and then comes the fun. But yeah, it's going all right so far. 80% is not bad. Before I go, I just want to show you this. Having seen some nice artwork there. It's the latest detective comics I bought. How's that for a great cover, eh? Superb that is. I'm not familiar with the artist, but I found a few more of his covers that I bought. It's Jason Sean Alexander. But yeah, I was particularly struck with that. It's beautiful. Just an aside there, I don't know how many comic fans amongst you, but I'm sure you'll appreciate that. So folks, that's it until the back end of the month when I shall be showing you some more doors. In actual fact, I say I've run out of English suppliers now. All my usual suspects, I've cleaned them out, and I have actually gone to the United States, for the latest batch. Somebody very kindly split out. They do a few job lots in America, but of course I've got a lot of them, so it's no good me buying the whole job lot. So I asked somebody in the States if they would split out the ones I needed, and they very kindly did that, and I made them an offer which they accepted, and so I'm hitting the American market now. I've just found actually another guy who does a lot of door books in America at very reasonable prices, so I'll be hitting him up in the next day or two as well. So for the next time I see you, I should have a whole bundle. Anyway, won't keep you any longer. I don't know whether I'll be back with another video before the next haul, but if I do, I'll think of something. And thank you for watching and subscribing. And commenting. More comments, please. And I will see you very soon. Bye-bye now.